Hey everybody, welcome to day 2 of our Self-Care Mastery Challenge. It's classic today. It's all about adaptation, right? The whole last 6 months have been about adapting. So we're in the car. Alrighty. Woo, okay. Adaptation, guys. Like literally, I'm in the car and it's so hot and the kids are inside. So anyway, how's it going? It's me, Shauna. It's day 2 of our Self-Care Mastery Challenge. We're going over an incredible missing key today, and this one's a good one. You guys want to listen up with this one. Bear with me. Let me just get settled here. Okay. So this is for you if you follow any of the beliefs that self-care costs, or takes hell of time. So I don't know about you, but a lot of the excuses that we hear in our community, and mindsets, beliefs, excuses, however you want to call them, are that it, again, costs a lot of money. It takes a lot of time. All of these things that really put a damper on us, and if we're able to take care of ourselves, right? So, these are kind of things that maybe were taught growing up, or, the things that we just tell ourselves and then we're not able to do something. So this one is especially for you if you, follow that, or you have said that to yourself before. I don't have time to take care of myself. And the reason why this one is so important, this missing key number 2, is because it is so crucial for you to be taking care of yourself on a continual basis, not when you are strapped for time, not when you are at your wits' end, not when you have a family emergency. This is something that you can do on a daily basis, that is easy, that is simple, and really just a good opportunity to give back to yourself, right? So missing key number 2 is so simple. It's basically take time for 10, guys. Self-care does not need to be so complicated that it's this long, 2-hour weekend. It's a big weekend event, or a, weekend getaway, or this big fancy expensive spa day. It literally can be things that you just do for yourself that fill your bucket, that are cumulative, right? So if you can simply take time for 10 minutes, that is all. And if you start doing this and creating a, like a habit kind of a thing, right? Like every day, here, set the timer. Let me go set the timer for 5, 10, or 15 minutes and go give myself a break, or go give myself a book, or go run around the block, or have some fun, or dance, or sing, or play, or whatever it is that you want to do. If you try this trick, you'll see, self-care doesn't take that long. All of these excuses that I'm saying, to myself on a daily basis, self-care doesn't have to be all these long, fancy, fussy, drawn out things. They can be exactly what you need in any given moment. So, can you wake up 10 minutes earlier to stretch, or do some exercises? Or can you do, like set your alarm, or hey guys, we're just talking here about our second, I just completely lost my train of thought. Our second missing key for the 5-day Self-Care Mastery Challenge. And it's just taking time for 10. So 10 is just a number that we picked, but 10 minutes you can do things. 5 to 10 to 15 minutes you can do something for yourself. And that on a cumulative, like say you do 5 minutes, right? Say you take time for 5 minutes for yourself. And then, another hour later, you're able to take 10 minutes, and literally just set the timer. So set the timer for however long that you're investing in yourself. So 5, 10, 15 minutes. And set the timer and do something for you, right? And you can let me know in the comments here. I'm just saying hi to everybody, so bear with me a second. But what is that? What could that thing be that you can set the timer for that. That will recharge your batteries, or give back to yourself, or help you fill up your cup. Again, because sometimes I think it's in our belief system that it's so time consuming, it's so fussy. If it's not, doing something, then it's useless, right? So what are those things that you guys can be doing for 5 to 10 to 15 minutes? If you have longer, that's absolutely fantastic. But it's the cumulative, right? 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and really just giving yourself the time and the space to do self-care for you, right? And we talked about it yesterday. What is that thing for you? That was essentially you being able to really define what it is that you need, right? And no one else knows what you need. And you might have forgotten sometimes too, when we get into this parenting thing, especially in moms, now that we're on this 5 or 6 month, wildness that is life right now. Sometimes you might feel like you've forgotten what you love to do. So yesterday was just kind of the intro to, hey, what do you like? And then now, what can you do in these short, little chunks of time throughout the day, to give back to yourself? And there's nothing wrong with taking a break, or pausing, or journaling, or walking, or asking for help. Whatever it is for you, that is what you need to do. You don't need to, have anyone else tell you it's okay. It's just you giving yourself the space to define it, and then to say, okay, I can do this in my chunk, this chunked in my day. Each time I schedule this in, we'll talk more about that as the week goes on. But this is my 10-minute time I'm giving back to myself. So does that make sense? So this evolved in a lot of the excuses that we've been hearing over the last 7 years since we've been doing all these challenges. Because a lot of the time, like, we'll use excuses that, I can't cook a healthy meal because it's time consuming, and we bust all those myths for 7 years that healthy cooking can be simple and fun and easy, right? So now that we've moved into the self-care space, it is so crucial for moms to really just see, like, where is my mindset keeping me kind of small? And then look, I'm just disproving these beliefs that self-care takes a lot of time, right? If you're thinking that, like, oh, I'm so busy, I don't have enough time, then we might want to look at that mindset and say, okay, how am I keeping myself running around like a chicken with my head cut off, right? Am I participating in this cycle of, I got to do more, I have to cross all this stuff off my list, right? And then on that list, are you even on it? That's a really good point. We talk about that a lot inside of our membership and inside of our course, but where are you at on your list? And are you making excuses for yourself to keep you burnt out, overwhelmed, chronically stressed out? Does this kind of resonate with you guys? So it's really debunking this self-care myth. It's a big one, that self-care is time consuming or has to be hella fussy. You can do it in 5 to 10 to 15 minutes. If you have a half an hour, great. Set the timer. So, I had a girlfriend that was like, set the timer for when you clean, right? And you'll see, because if you have this gigantic idea of, I have to go clean my messy house, it's a big overwhelm. That in and of itself is like, OMG, where do I even start, right? So if you can really chunk that down to where it's like, okay, set the timer, and 10 minutes I have for cleaning the kitchen. Okay, this is just making it resonate with you to keep it simple, right? If I have 10 minutes to go clean the kitchen, 10 minutes, done like that. And the amount of work that you can get done in 10 minutes is, you can literally probably clean your entire kitchen in 10 minutes. I mean, if it's messy like mine, it's probably 15 minutes, and you need to enlist the help of your kiddos. But do you see what I'm saying? If you have 10 minutes, let's just say 10, take time for 10. If you have 10 minutes and you set the timer for it, okay, meditate or walk or take a bath. You can take a hot shower in 10 minutes, right? What else? What is it that you need to do in that 10 minutes? But set that timer so it's not like, oh, I have to take care of myself today, right? Or I have so much stuff to do. I have so much stuff to do. How am I even going to do that? 10 minutes for yourself is minimum, guys. This is, if you cannot find 10 minutes for yourself, then we have to now start talking priorities, because again, we talked about this yesterday. The side effects of you continually not taking care of yourself has disastrous, I mean, it can be disastrous for the long haul, right? I mean, you just look at your caregivers, again, the people who raised you when you were younger. These, what do you want to call them? Bend over backwards people, or selflessness, or what is the word? There's another one. It's the queen of sacrifice. All of these things, this caregiver role that we're constantly doing. If you just look at the people who raised you, mostly the moms, or grandmas, women, whatever, they are now feeling the effects of never taking care of themselves for an extended period of time, right? Health issues, sleep problems, relationship issues, divorce. We're talking the whole thing, because these are long-term side effects of when you're not taking care of yourself. So why we're doing this challenge is to get you into, hey, my needs are important. I'm so tired of feeling tired. I'm so tired of feeling overwhelmed. And it's catching it now. It's catching it now, so that you don't fall into that overextender role, the perfectionism role, and then start to have the health issues, or the migraines, or the autoimmune issues, or do you see what I'm saying? So this is a long-term thing, but if we can break down all of the excuses that we're using of why we can't take care of ourselves, this will be tremendous. So for our number 2, the missing key number 2 is take time for 10. So this is your permission today, to not, ask for anybody for permission. We'll talk about that, I think, on day 4. But it's to do what you need to do and set the timer, so it's simple, so it's easy for you, so it's not this, this heaviness. It's more, okay, I'm going to set the timer, and then when I'm done, I can do my stuff, right? The stuff will always be there, right? The dirty house will always be there. The kids running around will always be there. Well, you know what I mean. There is always stuff to do, but I invite you, if you are one who always gives first, and you have a hard time giving back to yourself, or maybe you're not on your list at all, this is a really good, simple way to kind of start putting yourself back on your to-do list in just a very simple way. So 10 minutes, take time for 10. So you guys, you can ask me questions. Also, I wanted to talk to you about our giveaways. So every day we'll be going live at 2 o'clock here, just for about 20 minutes usually, on Instagram. I'm going to hop over to Facebook in just a second, because it wasn't working yesterday. But you can participate in the giveaways just by simply answering the daily question, and then take a picture of the journal entry. If you're in there, that's great. I got one yesterday. It was awesome to read. Janine was coloring and having coffee, and I can't remember, I think there was a candle and stuff there. It was just such a beautiful picture, so inspiring, and it can be that simple. So now this is a thing, when you've defined it, so when you picked your one small thing yesterday, now we're building upon that. What can be done in the 10 minutes or the 15 minutes, whatever amount of time that you're setting aside. And don't be cheap on yourself, right? You can schedule stuff for yourself. That doesn't need to be a hurry up rush thing. We had talked yesterday about what is your one small thing, and if you started journaling about that and started feeling guilty, oh, I have so much stuff to do, or oh my gosh, if my husband saw me sitting here, he'd think I'm lazy, or something like that. If that stuff comes up for you when you are starting to kind of define your self-care, I invite you to write that down, because those are those mindsets that are keeping you small, that are keeping you stressed out, that are keeping you overwhelmed. And we don't want that. We want you to be happy and healthy and be present with your family, and, not running, what is it? The running on fumes, or what, I was just going to say something else. Survival mode, right? If you're stuck in survival mode all the time, Where's the joy and the pleasure in all of that? If you're constantly, I gotta do more, I gotta be more, and you have a hard time sitting still, this is gonna be a good exercise for you. Yesterday especially, because you're kind of figuring out, what do I like, right? And then today you're figuring out, okay, what can I do that are in these little small increments throughout the day that really give back to you? That's the important thing for all of these missing keys. After the 5 days, you're gonna go, wow, I crushed it, or I was able to do 5 minutes every day, or I messed up on this day, but I realize now like how simple things can be, and I'm not going to make excuses anymore of why I'm not taking care of myself. So your exercise today is simply telling us, or journaling and taking a picture of it, what is your couple of things that you can do in those amount of times, right? The 5, the 10, the 15 minutes throughout the day to really recharge your battery. So it's like you want to kind of have these in when, like, it's kind of like in your back pocket. Okay, I like to read. So I'm going to schedule, I'm going to read at night, or I'm going to take a bath tonight. That's 10, 15 minutes, right? I'm going to call a friend because I feel like I need connection right now. Whatever your self-care thing is, what are those? So yesterday was kind of defining it. What's your one small thing? And then today is just like, what are those things that you can do in the 5 to 10 to 15 minutes that kind of like your back pocket kind of self-care little tips and tools to really start overcoming this burnout and this exhaustion. So let me know if you have any questions. I just want to make sure I'm on point here real quick, and I need some water because it's really hot. Oh, so did I show you yesterday about the giveaways? Oracle decks, a smudge kit, my book, music, and then at the end of the week, we are going to offer up a huge, we're going to do the giveaways at the end anyway, just so I can kind of see who's participating and stuff, and then we'll just randomly pick winners at the end of the week. But the grand prize is a one-on-one with me, guys. It's fun. We've been doing this for a year and a half now. We've had a membership the last year and a half. We have a lot of cool programs coming up, but it's just a one-on-one, get down to nitty-gritty self-care and kind of help you figure out where your burnout is coming from and get you out of it as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Without all the guilt and the stress and all of that stuff. So again, your job today, your assignment, write down what are those kind of back pocket self-care things that you can do. You defined it yesterday with your one small thing. What are the things that you can be doing in the 5 to 10 to 15 minutes? Again, if it's longer, awesome. That you can do for that period of time, so that you're not feeling like self-care has to take so long. It literally doesn't. It's cumulative, just like exercise. If you have 15 minutes there and 10 minutes there and 5 minutes there and then another meditation there, that could be like an hour through your day, right? So we're just trying to get you to think outside of this box, out of this stress box that, oh, self-care is selfish, self-care is stressful, it's so time-consuming, it has to cost hell of money. We're going to literally crush all of those objections all week long so that you can come out on top after the end of these 5 days. So if you don't have any questions, I hope that makes sense. Let me know, and let me know how yesterday's went, because that was really fun. That one's usually one of the best ones that we have, the one small thing, because it's like, whoa, I haven't sat down to ask myself what I needed, right? What do I need? My needs are important, but I don't even know what I want to do anymore, right? I've so lost myself over this, especially these last 6 months, right? Like, if that resonates with you, I definitely invite you to go back to yesterday's video and redo that one and then journal about that, especially if things are coming up for you. I think that's all. So, okay, I didn't make myself clear. So yeah, so if you just take a picture of you writing down, like, I had, this is just mine that I wrote my thingy on. So if you just take a picture of that, and then you can tag me at It's Shauna Bryant, and then use the hashtag 5 days of self-care. You can message me as well. That's totally fine. We got a couple yesterday. They were really sweet. But that's how you can get into the giveaways. It's just to make sure that you guys are participating because we've been doing this for a year and a half now, and we've seen the simplest things and the simplest baby steps almost are the things that change people's lives. So if you just do those little things that we're going to go over, every missing key is just something else each day. If you go start doing those for 5 to 10 to 15 minutes, honestly, for like a 30-day thing, right? We'll talk about this a little bit as we go on, but you've now created an official new habit, right? And don't you want it to be a habit that is healthy and you know, shows you your worth and makes you feel confident and all of these things that really come from you giving back to yourself. Accountability, absolutely. Does that make sense? So I hope, Wepler 5, I hope that I answered your question, but it's really just starting to show you, no, I need to listen to myself, right? I don't need to listen to what all these gurus say. I want you to understand that it's all within, right? Oh, no worries. So yesterday's post, just go on my feed and then you'll see the video. It was I think it was maybe a 20-minute video. And then you can, once you've watched the video, just like I said, take a picture of your journal entry. If you want to be in it, that's awesome. I love your faces that I see every day anyway. And then you can tag me at It's Shauna Bryant, hashtag 5 days of self-care. So I'm going to let you go. If you have any more questions, always message me. You're welcome. I'm so glad that you're in. And if you are not officially in the challenge, just go to the link in the bio and you'll have everything there. We'll do a recap every day. You can watch the video, and that's how you're going to be entered at the end of all of this to win. Like I said, the cleansing, why do I always say cleansing cards? Oracle deck, smudge kit, one-on-one with me, that's the grand prize. And you'll be in it. You'll have all the emails and stuff every morning. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope that explained it and answered all your questions. And if you need anything, just message me and we'll go from there. But tomorrow's day is, I don't remember, but it's a good one. All of these we've done now this is our third or fourth round. So we've just gotten better and better and more specific and just to the point for our 5 days together. So I hope they help. And if you need anything, let me know. But I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, 2 o'clock over on Instagram here. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye now.